It's a 150-gallon tank.
He has SPS, softies, and LPS.
Gosh, man, I got it when I was 17 years old. Then you gotta pick, you know, what do I care about more? I mean, I love sharing. You know, that's one of the cool things about it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Colson's Critters. I'm Colson Smith, and in today's video, we're finally doing a tour of my dad's tank with my dad. Hey guys! So, my dad hasn't really been in a video before. This is like the first time. I mean, you've been in a couple videos, but like not really. Like you haven't really said anything. So,
okay,
let's do a little tour of your tank.
All right, it's a 150-gallon tank. The overflows are on the left and the right. And I sent you a photo of my inspiration. It was a picture I found on Google. I don't know whose tank it was, but it was like where the rock work went like this. So that's why I did this. I don't know what the name of the rock is, but I did get that from Top Shelf. Shout out to Top Shelf. But
way back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. And it was dry rock. It was all, it was not considered live rock. There was nothing living on it. It was just all dry rock. I didn't use any glue or anything putting them together. So I sent you some photos from way back when I set it up, and since then some of these have fallen, I noticed, but you know, I like the way it turned out,
which ended up being a little bit of a mistake when we took out this rock down here with the mushrooms, because we didn't like the mushrooms. But when we took that out, like all the rocks like fell. I would say I would use glue or something like that, but also it did make it look a little more natural, and the rocks kind of fell into place like you said, and now the corals are growing on it and kind of gluing them together by the coral. So how long has the tank been set up?
So the rock work and the water got put in February of 2018. Yeah, but I don't think...
Does not feel like it's been that long.
I mean, the rock's the only original thing in here. The oldest coral I have is this Lobo, and we had it in a 20-gallon tank that we had in the corner, and that's my oldest coral. I don't think anything else survived over the years from that tank. And then the oldest fish in here is probably Prince, which is the purple tang.
Dad, why'd you name him Prince?
Because a lot of people don't know it, but Prince was a huge saltwater fish fan, and his favorite fish happened to be the purple tang. I mean, he wrote a song about it. Purple tang, purple tang.
Oh.
Okay, so when I first started the tank, you know, there's a lot of money into the tank itself, so I tried to go in cheap. So I bought these Mars lights off of eBay. I think they were $99 a piece. And they did a pretty good job as far as running corals, but I think I've vastly improved upon that. I got these reef bars from 21 LED.
We got those from Top Shelf way back in the day too, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty certain that's where he got them from. And then I added this back one. And then these are Radion Gen 5, is that right?
Yeah, I think they're Gen 6s.
Are they?
XR15s, they are the pros, not the blues.
Yeah, that was a gift from you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they look really good. And I love what they do at night, like the, you know, going into the blue lights, all the corals pop. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I'd say the Radions are probably the best.
And these are the pros. They're not the pro blue, right?
Yeah, they're just the pros, yeah.
So you get good white light, which is great when I have, well, my fish. They really showcase my fish.
How many fish do you actually have in here?
That's just it. I don't know. I'd have to sit and
Too
count.
many.
But honestly, I do know if one's missing. My favorite is Critters, the copper band butterfly. He is not in this tank right now because he was eating my Lobos, he's eating my Trachea. I've always loved the blue star leopard rats. That's one of my favorites. But I especially love the females. And you know, they're born that way. They're all female, and then one will turn into a male. So I had one blue star leopard wrasse in here, which turned into a male. And when that happened, you got me 3 more females. And so I added them because you can have a harem, like one male with several females. And since then, one of the females has disappeared. I know they dig into the sand at night, but I'm fairly certain, since it's been months, that
it's dead. Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
I'm pretty certain something ate it. These two right here, the orange ones, are hooded fairy wrasses. I got them off of Petco, of all places, and they came in really well, and they're holding up.
So we got 2 of them, and then my favorite is the velvet fairy wrasse.
Oh, definitely the king of the tank. And you called me and said, you got to get this fish. It's
yeah, as soon as it came in, I knew that you were getting it.
And
the
it's
blue
fantastic.
and its tail. And now he just become like a super male. He's like the king of the tank for sure. So then we also have an actual Hawaiian yellow tang in here as well, right?
Yeah,
so we used to have
that's
3
taco.
of them.
Yeah, I did have 3. For whatever reason, the 2 newest renditions did not like the older ones, so they beat the heck out of it. So I fished him out, and now he's in your bedroom, super healthy and way bigger. And then one day I came home from work, and this one had just killed the other one. But the purple tang and the yellow tang are getting along great. And then I have a Kolai tang. Aren't they from Hawaii?
Yeah, yellow white coal.
Yeah, and he's doing great too.
You can have more than one tang that look like, so the purple tang and the yellow tang. I just recommend adding them together at the same time.
Yeah.
And have them different sizes.
But yeah, at one point I had 7 tangs all at once.
Yeah,
Put them all in the tank
that
at the
was
same
crazy.
time. And they were fine. Everything worked out great for a while, but then one tang, I had these 2 blue hippo tangs, which were clearly eating my zoanthids. So they had to go, so I fished them out. And then I had a powder blue that was eating my trachees, so they had to go. Yeah, but you know, it's just, I know they say it's, what do they say? It's a 50% chance that it's gonna do some damage, but then you gotta pick, you know, what do I care about more? But yeah, so the lighting, the water overflow goes down into the sump. So I mean, as you can see, I'm not really that clean, but yeah, I've got a protein skimmer. Hold on, I've got this side here with the algae, so that's my refugium.
There's just Kato in there. Got the LED light. You really just need a plant light to grow Kato. You don't need like any special lighting.
Oh, and this bulb is from Home Depot. It's just a plant light bulb from Home Depot. It does the best, but however, I did notice the dragon's breath did not make it with that light bulb.
So the water flows down into here, then goes to the protein skimmer chamber. Then in the middle here we have a bunch of media and like biospheres and stuff.
A little bit of carbon in there too.
Carbon as well. And then in here we just have our refugium, which has a little block off so that we don't get any Kato in the return pump. And then our return pump goes up back into the tank on both sides.
And then on this is my auto top off.
So we got the ATO. This actually runs straight from the garage. Onto this part. Yeah, I just go up in there.
Turn it on.
And then it'll fill this up, and then this fills up the tank. So that way, we never accidentally like overflow your tank with fresh water and kill everything.
Correct, and it's so much easier to just turn this on when I need to fill it with water and then turn it off when I don't. And then this extra hose, you run all the way to your bedroom.
Where I fill up my tank.
Where you fill up your...
All right, we switched it to blue to show some of the corals in the tank. This tank is just absolutely chock full of corals. What's your favorite coral, Dad?
That's a tough one. Well, I got my new Father's Day present. That was pretty nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's the pink fox one. It looks better in person actually than in the camera, but it's this middle one here.
Yep.
My favorite, personal favorite, is this trachea, but before your chopper band started eating it. I feel like it's lost a lot of color since then.
Yeah, you used to have more of this orange, in it.
I'll have a video of it. It was insane. It was crazy.
Way more green now. And I moved it because it was in between these 2 rock flowers and they were both touching it.
These rock flowers are just massive. Like you don't see rock flowers like this every day. Bigger than my hand for sure.
Pink lemonade's pretty cool. I actually cut them out from over here where you can see residue of where it was, so that might grow into a pink lemonade. But I felt like that brown clove was taking it over. I think in hindsight, I would have paid more attention to where I'm gluing things because I've got the PC Rainbow next to the Maleficent. And they
like
kind of
right
just,
on top of
they just kind of blend in together and it doesn't look like 2 separate corals.
And spacing too, because you have a Garth Bonsai colony growing into your pink caddy colony.
Well, underneath the pink caddy, if you look, there's another coral. I have no idea what that one is. Yeah, so I think, you know, in the beginning it was just like, can I get sticks to survive? And just put them in there and hope they go. I think, you know, you glue it in and you realize maybe you made a mistake, but it's kind of too late because it's doing so well. Yeah. So you don't want to move it.
So you got a lot of mixed variety of coral in here. He has SPS, softies, and LPS. So it's a mixed reef. I love this Ghani section here. Probably one of my favorite sections in the tank. He does not like zoas, but he has a lot of them in here. You got sick of them, right?
Yeah, they just take over. You can see them growing on the back wall. They grow into your corals much like this. So I find it really easy to frag them. And another thing I do is like you look, you'll see an empty plug. It's because I literally lay these plugs into them. Like there's like 3 plugs into that, and I can
utter chaos.
Yeah, I can feel around, find the plug, rip it out, and it's got utter chaos on it.
And then you just give it to people.
Yeah, I give it to you. That's pretty much it. I mean, I love sharing. You know, that's one of the cool things about it. Oh, and another thing I like to do on some of my favorite, like the bonsai, I cut it and put it in different locations. so that I know I'll always have it. So even if one colony dies, I can get it from another location.
So when we were at the show, this guy, I don't remember who it was, but he suggested to use manganese for your gonnies. And as you can see, they're looking really happy.
Huge improvement.
Yeah, this one would never even open. Now it's pretty open. Full.
Yeah.
So what kind of got you into the hobby, like way back in the day? Like how long have you been in the hobby too?
So, gosh, man, I got it when I was 17 years old. My parents owned a freshwater fish tank, and I didn't even care about it, didn't pay attention to it at all. And then I went to a fish store, which ironically is very close to where we live, and I just saw one fish, just loved it, and talked to the guy about it, and then got every book I could ever get on him. And, you know, I was a freshman in college, and I was on a very fixed budget, so my first tank was under gravel filter. And you probably don't know what that is. I built it myself with egg crate and screen and PVC pipe, and then dropped an air stone in each corner of the PVC. The idea behind that was the bubbles would bubble the water up, and therefore the water would come down into the gravel to go back up. And so underneath the egg crate and the screen was basically stagnant water, and so it would grow bacteria in there. It would suck all the detritus, am I saying that right? Down. Detritus, it would suck that down, and then the bacteria would break that apart, so it'd turn the ammonia into nitrate and then nitrites. That was basically how it ran, and I kept that one fish alive for a very long time. Ironically, I wanted to own my own saltwater fish store. I was obsessed with it. Didn't end up doing that. I own my own business, but it has nothing to do with fish.
That's Corner's picture framing, so he...
Oh, thanks for the shout out.
Shout out to him.
Yes. One thing I will say is, like, in the very beginning, when I first put this tank together, I immediately went out and bought fish everywhere I could find them and put them in there after it was cycled, because I was super excited about getting fish into the tank. And I introduced so many different pests at once. It was a nightmare. I don't know if you remember that. I had
I do, yeah.
I had velvet, I had flukes, I had everything. And then, you know, treating inside this tank without a quarantine tank, that was horrible. So forever, I ran this on a UV sterilizer, and it was literally a pond sterilizer. It worked fantastic. However, it did block a lot of the lights, and you can still see the pump still in the tank. And it goes up.
Because you're lazy and haven't taken it out.
Yeah, I haven't taken it out. It goes up to right here, but this is where the sterilizer was. So it blocked off and it shaded that whole area.
Yeah.
I haven't put it back on because I don't want to block the lights, and I don't think that's just an issue because the fish are doing fine. But would you like to see me feed them?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Okay, so I picked this up off of eBay, and it's like a little feeder that's got a magnet on it. I will tell people, if you buy this, there's two negatives about it. One, if I pull this magnet, it's gonna fall all the way down. And two, if you get a grain of sand in it, I don't know if you can see, you can scratch your tank up pretty bad.
Holy crap, Dad.
Yeah, that sucked. I unplugged both the protein skimmer and the main pump, and that causes the water level to drop. And then I just take frozen shrimp. And honestly, I don't...
Spicy shrimp.
Right, and a lot of people will thaw this and get rid of all that water. I'm fine with that water because it's feeding my corals. It's,
oh, he's trying to eat it through the glass.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I've never let these thoughts see the light of day. Please don't run away. Wherever you are, feeling out of place. Think I'd rather stay. I wanna stay for a while. I wanna move your way. No, the roof might cave in. All of these snakes in the wild. I'm about to lose my brain. Tell me who gon' save me. And if I place my bets on you tonight, don't let me down. I won't survive. So generous, yeah, we've seen the fangs, but that don't threaten us. True reptilian, I know a plethora. While you were counting sheep, I saw it measure up overnight, spending time with somebody I don't know.
Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, let me know down in the comments. Also gonna be doing a giveaway soon at 10K. I'll be announcing what I'm giving away coming up, like maybe 9.7 or 9.8K subscribers. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that and subscribe. Like the video if you did enjoy. Comment what your favorite coral and fish was down below as well. And yeah, till next time, peace.